Breaking news and the headline reads: Ifeanyi Ejiofor on the verge of elimination by the federal government of the zoo as he failed to stop Simon Ekpa and Biafra restoration. Here are the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome to Biafra Unite channel / television this very moment. Today's date is 6th of February 2024, and I have a very important information for every one of you listening to my voice right now from where you are all over the world. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very news, because it's very, very important. I can assure you, my people, Ifeanyi Ejiofor is now paying the price of his sabotage and, of course, his greediness against his fellow Biafrans. It is on record that Ifeanyi Ejiofor was having series of meetings with all the Igbo political elites serving under the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria, looking for a way to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And Ifeanyi Ejiofor succeeded in bringing in the members of the defunct DOS into the game. They all collaborated together, so the location of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his phone number that allowed the zoo, in conjunction with Kenya, to track him down and kidnap him in Kenya. And they shared the proceeds, which we had also exposed long ago. Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in Exile, told Ifeanyi Ejiofor that his end is near, that he is going to be his end, and of course, the spirit of Biafra will deal with him. And today, he is paying the price. So, without further ado, let us read the news in details. And as you can see on your screen, I will be reading from one of the Zoo Gota media outlets, Daily Post, Nigeria. And according to their title, they said, community leaders accuse Kanu's lawyer, Ejiofor, of encouraging insecurity in Anambra. Ichoku, my people say to go. Now, before moving forward, I want to correct Daily Post. I understand that you are a Zoo Gota media outlet, but I want to correct you. This criminal here, this saboteur here, is no longer Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. Let me show you how you put it, because I will still show you this moving forward. It is called XXX. Look at it here. X, in case you don't know. X. Nnamdi Kanu's ex-lawyer. X. Mwokoko. You claim to be a journalist, but you don't know how to write. You don't know how to write and read. Yet you are claiming a professional journalist. Whoever that wrote this junk. Community leaders accuse Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's ex-lawyer, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, of encouraging insecurity in Anambra State. Leaders of Orifite community in Ekusigo local government area of Anambra State have accused Ifeanyi Ejiofor, the former counsel to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, of encouraging insecurity in their community. Now, you can't be writing, have accused the counsel to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, of encouraging insecurity in their community. You can't write the counsel to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You can't do that. This is an insult, and also trying to, lay more allegations on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because a man who has been accused of encouraging or sponsoring insecurity in a community cannot in any way be the legal counsel of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Any idiot who wrote this junk should be arrested ASAP. Now, let's continue reading. In a press conference by past and present leadership of the community, including the traditional ruler, the community said Ejiofor has been in the habit of recruiting youths of the community and using them to perpetuate violence. Wow. Hey, hey. Osetigo. Hey, hey. Remember that Mazi Simon Ekpa had exposed this Ejiofor and one Benjamin Madubugu of masterminding the kidnap of the Minister of Utility, something utility in Anambra State. Remember that. Remember that. So, if the community of Oraifite, which is where the criminal comes from, has accused him of recruiting youths of the community and using them to perpetuate violence. Now, and remember what they have said here, including the kings, the traditional ruler. Did you see that? That both the past and present leadership of the community of Oraifite in Ekusigo local government area of Anambra State had come together to accuse this criminal called Ifeanyi Ejiofor, the saboteur of our time, that he is recruiting youths, using them to perpetuate violence in the community. Then do you still need any evidence to know that this man is nothing but a criminal? This very man has done a lot. This Ejiofor, a power monger and money monger human being, this evil man here has done a lot. This man has done a lot. Now they said, President General of the community, Mr. Vin Dike, look, the President General of the community, Mr. Vin Dike, the name is there. The man is not hiding. His name is there. So Ejiofor has to come and tell us if he was having issues, the time he was accusing the other man, the other rich man in his village. Maybe they were having issues then, I don't know. But this one, who happens to be the President General of the community, Mr. Vin Dike, Ejiofor has to come and tell us, is he also having problems with Mr. Vin Dike? That Mr. Vin Dike has to come out to say, who addressed journalists on behalf of the leadership of the community, said, you may have read in the media recently about Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor claiming that our son Semeka plans to assassinate him. Did you get that? Now, let's continue. Those are all lies. We want to tell you that Ifeanyi Ejiofor is the biggest problem we have in Oraifite. He is the cause of insecurity in our community, and he uses IPOB Nigeria, to terrorize us. Of course, you know that his best known address is that he is the counsel to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He was. He's no longer the counsel to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We called you here today to tell you that Oraifite as a community has decided to suspend until further notice two significant cultural festivals, Otueke and Otuibe. This is because it has contributed to insecurity in the community, and today the council has decided to suspend it indefinitely. Oraifite is a very peaceful community, but recently youth have taken advantage of the two masquerade festivals to always unleash violence. Ifeanyi Ejiofor has been seen as the enabler of violence in the community. He recruits youths who he uses for these things. We don't blame the youths because one, we see him as a model. What he uses these kids for does not settle well with us, so we have abolished the festivals. Now, wow, Ifeanyi, the community called on the Inspector General of Police, Olukayode Egbetokun, to ignore a petition by Ejiofor, which accused Ofor of planning to assassinate him. They also called for an investigation of his involvement in insecurity in Anambra State. Now it is Anambra State as a whole. It is no longer in Oraifite alone. When Daily Post reached Ejiofor, he denied the allegations, describing the leader of the community as Emeka Ofor's lackeys. That is what he's going to say, of course. Can anybody say that he is guilty? No. So we expect Ejiofor to say this. He said, those accusing me of any wrong do not represent the voice of the Oraifite community, but they are simply Emeka Ofor's puppets, who he handpicked for his selfish interest and personal bidding. This is what Ifeanyi Ejiofor should say. Of course, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, I think you know how to sue people. You know how to sue people, right? Go and sue them if you think that they are Emeka Ofor's puppet and they are using your name for their own personal interest. Yes. Go and sue them. You know how to sue. You even sued Simon Ekpa, who is in Finland. You shamelessly, because you don't know your left and right, you shamelessly went to sue him in the zoo court, where Simon Ekpa does not reside. And the zoo court has no jurisdiction in Finland. You went to sue him in zoo court. That is to show you are bereft of ideas. You don't know what you are doing. Now, let me show you in the same vein. Now, pay attention to this. pay very good attention to this. I will explain to you the reason for the title which I have used. And of course, I will be reading this one from Sahara Reporters. They said, Nnamdi Kanu's ex-lawyer, Ejiofor, raises alarm over alleged assassination plot against him. Are you getting me? Ifeanyi Ejiofor has raised an alarm claiming that they want to assassinate him because he knows very well Ikoyi Ejiofor and Ikoyi Ejiofor. I may not go on to read this. I think the title is enough. Ejiofor is aware Ikoyi Ejiofor. That's why he's now raising alarm. Who are the people pursuing him? The federal government, using his own brethren from Orifite to pay him back the evil that he has committed against Nnamdi Kanu and Biafra movement. Because they are not paying him back because, he is supporting Biafra. No. They are paying him back because he failed woefully to stop both Mazi Samonekpa and Biafra liberation. He failed to stop Biafra from coming. The sole target of kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and renditioning him to the zoo was to stop Biafra. Then they kidnapped him, but they failed to stop Mazi Samonekpa. They succeeded in using DOS, trying to destroy every other thing that we may do that will continue to promote Biafra, because the plan was to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, dump him in the DSS dungeon, and forget anything about Biafra. Nobody should talk about him. Nobody should even raise alarm. That is the reason why they have been fighting sit at home for the past 2 years. The criminal, China Sanwo-Olu, told members of the then Eastern Security Network, the commanders, that everybody should submit their arms, go home, that they will be called when duty resumes. That was the instruction from China Sanwo-Olu. But we told them, no, it can never happen. Never. Because this is the time we really need this arm. This is the time we needed this arm most in order to defend our land and our lives. They fought tooth and nail. We managed to rescue Eastern Security Network, and today it has metamorphosed into Biafra Liberation Army and Biafra resistance fighters. That's why they are mad. They are running helter-skelter. Now, having seen that Ejiofor has failed woefully, they are now after his life. Because if he really, the money that was paid was enormous. It was too much. So in that case, he cannot go scot-free. Never. Ejiofor can never go scot-free. So they are using his own village people now. Because if you read further here, you will see the lamentation of the idiot. Ejiofor, who raised the alarm in a post on X, formerly Twitter, on Wednesday, specifically accused the Southeast businessman Sir Emeka Offor of being behind the assassination plot. By Ifeanyi Ejiofor, former counsel for the 10th leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has raised an alarm over an alleged plot orchestrated by his kinsman to assassinate him. You see, he is lamenting. This is early report about this incident. You see that? Before this very one, now they came out clear to accuse him of encouraging insecurity. You know, when the zoo want to deal with you, they will deal with you left and right. Now they have accused him of encouraging insecurity. The next thing now is they will go physically against him. It's either to assassinate him or to arrest him and take him to court. And they will jail him for encouraging insecurity and recruiting youths and using them to perpetuate violence in Orifite. It's going to happen. Go and mark it somewhere. Mark by your Fuebe. It's either they will finish him up or they will arrest him, use law, and jail him for life. I'm telling you. Now watch. Thank you, my people. To Salon Mozia and make it go viral.